What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and a holler. This video better change y'all's motherfucking lives, alright? Today we are talking about fake carts versus real carts. Now, listen, the reason that this video unfortunately had to be made is because ever since I made the Rate My Subscribers Weed series, I've been getting a ton of submissions of people sending me these ridiculous bunk fucking carts, asking me if they're real and asking me to rate them. And I figured that a lot of the information that I know about carts is just common knowledge. But I quickly realized, based off some of the messages I was getting, that that's not really true at all. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. If your cart didn't come from a dispensary, put it down right now and don't hit it until you watch this video all the way through. Listen, we're talking some serious shit here. So, first and foremost, what defines a fake cart versus a real cart? Now, in my opinion, I know I'm going to get some flack for this in the comments. If your cart did not come from a dispensary, it's not real. That is my honest opinion about it. And reason being, it doesn't really make sense, right? For a cart company with a cart that has passed testing, state regulations and stuff, to then go and sell it on the street. It doesn't make, like, the only reason you would sell a cart on the street is if it didn't pass testing or if you are an unlicensed vendor, right? Both of which things are very dangerous and both of which things we'll get into. But also, another thing that I want to touch on here is a quote-unquote fake cart. Like, a street cart isn't necessarily always quote-unquote fake. A street cart could have just not passed pesticide testing and then been sold on the black market by a licensed, legitimate company, right? That's actually a fairly common practice, and I'll actually have an article link. There's a company in California called, I think it's like Cushy Punch. I'll have an article linked in the description. There's a company that actually got caught doing this fairly recently, where they had a bunch of carts they made. They were a licensed company that sold in dispensaries, and they had a batch of carts that would not, it didn't pass testing, and California has really strict pesticide regulations, so they would take anything that didn't pass testing and just sell it on the black market. So with those kinds of examples, it is still a legitimate cart with a legitimate concentrate, but the problem is it's still a pesticide cart. So, no matter what, a street cart is just not something you should be hitting, but there's some instances of, a quote-unquote fake cart where, or a street cart where, it's actually somewhat legitimate in that sense. But those are very few and far between, and 95% of the carts you get on the street, probably a way higher percentage than that, are just some shit that Jimmy threw together in his fucking shed in the backyard, right? And there's a few very important bullet points. Not bullet points, a few important pointers that we need to talk about here. First off, for those of you guys who have been watching this channel for a while, you know that fairly recently I did a live stream where I compared a real dispensary cart to a fake imitation cart that I got off the street, right? And a bunch of my viewers were like, well, Goblin, dude, if it has a QR code on it, isn't that legit, right? A bunch of people were like, Goblin, it has a QR though, bro. That looks pretty good, right? Listen, QR codes are so easy to make, it's unbelievable. I could make a QR code that would pull up a picture of my cock right now within 5 seconds, and there's nothing anyone could do to stop me, right? QR codes are very, very easy to fake. They're not hard, dude. You can, it's really easy. And on top of that, you can also replicate real QR codes, right? So a lot of these fake carts, right? What people will do is they'll go online and they'll buy the packaging for this cart. They'll get the packaging at like $1 a box, like 50 cents a box. Then they'll just make the shitty carts in their garage, pack it up, and sell it, right? And one thing with that, right, is when they do that, like, they can just get a sticker of a QR code and slap it on there, right? Very easy to do. Or, like, some of these, like, boxes that if you guys go on, like, Wish.com or, like, AliExpress, you could find, like, fake cookies packs and stuff, right? Same thing with carts. Some of these packaging things even come with QR codes pre-printed on them to look more legitimate, right? A QR code really doesn't mean anything at all. But one of the big giveaways, besides, like looking at a QR code doesn't mean it's legit, but one thing that will tell you that is a huge giveaway that your cart is probably some bullshit that's made in a dude's garage and not like something that just barely didn't pass pesticide testing is by looking at the percentages listed on the packaging, right? See, typically packaging for carts will have one of two things. Either the QR code on there, you'll scan it, and it will take you to like a lab result for that specific batch of carts that will be dated, properly and everything. Or, alternatively, there will be a sticker that will be slapped on there, right? That's the most common, pretty much in every case. Like, I'm pretty sure like every dispensary does this. They just put stickers on there that have like a barcode, and they have, information telling you even what laboratory tested them. If you've got a cart in your hand, right? Let's say you hit up the plug. He's like, dude, I got these fire fucking glow carts, bro. You're gonna love them, dude. You buy them shit. He's like, dude, I got bloom carts. You fucking buy them shit, right? You're chilling. You're looking on there. It says, oh, dude, 92% THC. That's fucking fire. If it doesn't say what laboratory tested it, chances are you've got some boo-boo. If there's no barcode, it doesn't say what laboratory tested it, and all it says is just 92% fucking indica or some shit, there's a 99% chance you've got some bullshit, right? And there's a 99% chance that about 99% of whatever's in that cart contains no fucking THC, right? Which is obviously a very large problem, right? So that's one of the biggest things to look at whenever you get a cart. If there is a QR code and you scan it and it takes you to a test, right? That's another thing I've seen on carts that is a common. If you get a cart and you think it's fake and you scan the QR and you go to the test, read the details on the test that is pulled up, right? Look up the laboratory on it. Because once again, it's really easy to make fake shit, bro. Like, I could just whip up in Photoshop some fake document that says, like, Big Nuts Laboratories, dude. Testing the fucking Goblin 110% THC cart, dude. It's testing in at 110% THC. There's nothing in here. There's actually, it's so pure that it's more than 100% THC, right? This is by Big Dick Laboratories, right? I could cook that up in, like, maybe like 30 minutes, right? So whenever you have a QR code that pulls up that lab testing for you, do your fucking research, dude. Before you even hit that cart, go look up the lab, look at the date the stuff was tested, just look at that information, bro, because that's important. But now, moving on to the actual cart itself. Let's say, you got past the packaging. Let's say the packaging's all fine. Let's just say you don't fucking care. There's a couple key pointers with the actual concentrate inside the cart. Quote-unquote concentrate. We're going to use that term lightly if you got it from the street. But there's a couple things that I want to go over here. First off, the bubble test is not always accurate, right? The bubble test is a good start to testing your cart. But just because you see your plug flip the cart over and hold it for a few seconds on Snapchat and nothing moves, doesn't mean that it's legitimate concentrate. And there's a few reasons for this. First and foremost, vitamin E is actually a thickening agent, right? For those of you guys who have, I assume most of you guys have heard about all those illnesses that people were getting from the fake carts and shit. Huge deal a couple years ago, right? And the reason that vitamin E is in all of these fake carts is because it is part of what they use to thicken the juice they put in there, right? In fake carts, a lot of times they'll put in like straight up like damn near vape juice and shit, and just mix it up with concentrate, and then they'll use this vitamin E to thicken it, to then get that effect of when they flip it over. Look, man, the bubble ain't moving, So one thing you have to look out for is just flipping the cart over is not enough, right? It never will be enough. What I've found is a pretty good tactic is not all cartridges are meant to do this, but all fake carts, the tops come off, right? So twist that top off and then flip it over and see how fast the shit runs out, Because sometimes it's just that top piece that's like holding it all in there and it's just kind of stuck in place. When I bought my fake cart for that stream where we did a little comparison, as soon as I took the top off and flipped it over, it came running out like water damn near, dude. It was ridiculous. So give that a go as well. But the bubble test is not always the right solution. The other reason for this, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you might buy a cart off the plug. You might hit up Plugman. He'll say, hey, dude, I have Jerry Springer carts, bro. I have Maury carts, dude. I have Dr. Phil cartridges, 1,000 milligrams, right? You might be interested in purchasing those. You go buy them. He says, here, dude, hit mine. It's fire. You hit his. It's brand new. It's fresh. It's fire. So you buy one. You get home. You smack it. That first hit tastes really good. Tastes legit. Now, this is a very common trick. And this actually happened as well with my Bloom cart, the fake cart that I bought for my my comparison stream a couple weeks ago, right? One common thing, fairly common, I would say, not super common, is you have to realize fake carts aren't completely fake. Like, it's not just vape juice with trace amounts of THC, right? They have to sell it as a product and keep people coming back, right? Like, it still has to get you high, right? So a lot of times what will happen is the bottom, like the base of the cart, up a little bit above that cotton, you know, that wick that kind of absorbs the concentrate, they'll fill it with legitimate concentrate, right? Like, they'll fill it with what should legitimately be in that cart. And then past that point, they'll fill the rest of it all the way to the top with some vape fucking juice, right? With some garbage vape juice that looks the same, right? Then they just stir it up a little bit, mix it up a little bit. There you go. You got your fucking concoction, right? That's another very common thing that they do. Sometimes they won't even cut it all the way. And that's why in some carts, I've seen this quite a bit. Even in the Bloom cart, this happened. When I flipped it over, the vape juice up top came all pouring out. But then that little bit of darker layer at the bottom didn't, you know? So whenever you see a cart, if there's like a difference in colors from top to bottom, that's a big red flag. You should be a little wary of that. But ladies and gentlemen, listen. I think the whole gist of this video is that if you do not walk into a dispo and buy your cart, or see someone walk into a dispo and buy it for you, then you should not be hitting that shit. Because there's just truly no scenario where it's worth it or even makes sense for a cart to be sold on the street. The concentrate that is in carts is not like super easy to make. You don't just press that stuff, right? Like street wax, yeah, some kid can actually make that in his garage with a little bit of know-how. But carts, dude, an actual quality all the way through, filled to the top with pure concentrate cart is not something that some kid is making in his garage and selling on the street, right? And it's just not something you should be purchasing. Go to the dispensary. If not, take a fucking dab, smoke a fucking bowl, or get your homies, I don't know, buddy who lives in a legal state to go to the dispo for you, you know? One of those kind of things. But my gamers, if you have a fake cart, put that shit down right now, dude. All y'all motherfuckers out there who are hitting the fucking, I don't know, dude, the Amazon cart, bro. The P.F. Chang's cart, dude. I don't fucking know. The president, who fucking knows? The presidential cart, dude. The ibuprofen cart. Who knows, bro? Put that shit down right now. Y'all don't need that. Hey. Hope you guys could have learned a little bit of information about cartridges from this video. Thank you guys for watching this. Let me know in the comments, what is the worst fake cart you guys ever bought? Hey, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.